The follow-up to my EX8 set review is going to be a question I pose to you. What wiped out the dinosaurs? Well, based on the sequence of events, a giant rock. Which is why I'm going over rock and mineral Digimon today with close center partner, Sunarizamon. Jokes aside, let's jump right into it. Tumblemon returns as the newest level 2 Digimon, and has a simple inheritable of when this card is trashed from the Digivolution sources of a Digimon with rock or mineral trait, you gain 1 memory. If your opponent trashes it via card effect, instant value. Gotsumon simply has an on deletion by trashing 1 card in your hand. With the mineral or rock trait in your hand, you draw 2. It also provides inheritable blocker. Sunarizamon is the mainline card for close, and this Digimon is the searcher of the deck. This Digimon reveals the top 3 cards of the deck and adds 1 card with the mineral or rock trait, and 1 card with the Liberator trait to hand. The rest get bottom decked. So if you've been loving these searchers for Liberator, this card can add even the tamers and option cards. So much use for these. The inheritable is simply when it's trashed from a mineral or rock trait Digimon, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 4 or less. Landramon fulfills the same role as Shellmon from BT19, and if you have 1 or fewer tamers, you get a play close. And this Digimon also has the same inheritable as the level 3 counterpart Sunarizamon. Golemon on play, and when Digivolving, Digivolves 1 on one of your opponent's Digimon. And because there are ways to actively play some of these cards, I can also see a use for its on-play effect. And like Gotsumon, this Digimon has blocker. But when Golemon digivolves to Gogmamon, this Digimon has blocker and an on-deletion effect that reveals the top 3 cards of the deck, and can play 1 mineral or rock trait Digimon with a play cost of 5 or less from among them without paying the cost before trashing the rest. It also has a classic level 5 inheritable that can redirect the attack to this Digimon once per turn when an opponent's Digimon attacks. Because of the pyramidimon, at least reading the Liberator comic, this card has many ways to functionally be obnoxious to set up the trash for your reload play. Proganomon has a number of effects that is a lot for a Digimon. Collision, Piercing, and Fragment 3. Fragment is a new keyword that when this Digimon would be deleted, by trashing X number of Digivolution cards, in this case 3, it isn't deleted. It also has the inheritable of when it's trashed from a rock or mineral trait Digimon, you de-digivolve 1 on one of your opponent's Digimon. When you get to the level 6, you've got banchogolemon, a mineral boss Digimon that has blocker, and an all turns effect that while your opponent has a Digimon with 13,000 DP or more, this Digimon goes to 16,000. This is kind of a big deal, no pun intended, considering this can even contend with the biggest Digimon in the card game. It also has an on-deletion effect that reveals the top 3 cards, and then plays a rock or mineral trait Digimon with a play cost of 8 or less, before trashing the rest. But Pyramidimon is the true boss monster for this discussion, because it is closest partner. This Digimon has a Digivolution cost of 4, from a level 5 Digimon, and has Fragment 3 like Proganomon. When Digivolving and when attacking, by trashing any 3 mineral or rock trait cards from any of your Digimon's Digivolution cards, this Digimon unsuspends and gains security attack +1. End of your turn. Once per turn you may place up to 3 mineral or rock trait cards from your trash as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards, meaning you can keep up the protection at the end of the turn. With Close, this is the memory setter of the deck, and has a your turn effect where when any of your Digimon digivolve in a mineral or rock trait Digimon, by suspending this tamer, place up to 2 cards with a mineral or rock trait from trash as that Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. With multiple copies, you can load more and more rock and mineral trait cards, which sets up a very convenient future play if you ever decide to play the deck. But the final card for this video is going to go to Zulfur Kabis, a 2-cost black option card that honestly might sound very familiar. Main, by trashing any 1 Digivolution card of one of your mineral or rock trait Digimon, until the end of your opponent's turn, it gains Collision, Piercing, and Reboot, and it also gets plus 3000 DP and can't be returned to the hand or deck by your opponent's effects. If your guess was Final Zubagon Punch, it is also somewhat of an upgrade, considering this option has the Liberator trait, and it deletes one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost if it's hit in the security. But after doing the review for this, what would a theoretical build look like from the get-go? Remember, these builds are not tested but are my preliminary thoughts on the direction to go. For level 2s, you're not going to not run Tumblemon. This card is just too good for what you want to do, considering it could be extra memory when you digivolve, and more. But some of your effects do tuck sources, and Doraemon could also be a viable substitute to be a draw engine. The only issue is, it's not that common to see. Level 3s, you run the entire package of the rock and mineral cards from EX8, considering Sunarizamon is not a mineral Digimon for its other variants. Because of this, it makes it harder to justify the promo and more. Gotsumon X does make a debut here to give some more DP buffs, though if you want to go with floodgates in general, you can here as well. Landramon likewise takes up 4 slots for the level 4s, while Golemon only takes 2. The promo Landramon is honestly the superior pick over Golemon because it adds another D-Digivolve trigger when it's trashed, and because this card is also included as a box topper potentially, it could work. And that in itself is what makes it valuable. Meanwhile, Gogmamon and Proganomons, again, they're kind of default picks here, though you could jump back to older Gogmamon for the Digiburst if you really wanted to. However, I do like the immediate attack redirect of the newer one. And of course, 2 banchogolemon and 4 pyramidimon for the entire level 6 setup. If you truly wanted to, Blastamon is also an available option to use, but they feel antiquated in many ways. For the level 7s, Omnimon Alter B seems like the pick here, because if you Digivolve this on top of your pyramidimon, you might have used several effects to tuck other level 6s under it, resulting in the trash 2 security. Though this could be omitted entirely for consistency pieces because it's neither a rock nor mineral trait Digimon. Option-wise, 3 copies of Zoffer Kabis for the pump and extra effects, while the remaining options are all consistency option cards. Black Scramble to play back Sunarizamon to search and defense trainings to reduce Digivolution costs. Because of Black Scramble's utility, you could also utilize it to stack back Alter B if it's trashed early game. And of course, the 4 copies of Close. Rock and Mineral decks in the black color still don't feel like they're going to be competitive. After seeing several black decks in action, the ultimate need of them is being able to disrupt your opponent's board from multiple avenues. And while D-Digivolve is just one method, including Tamer destruction is another crucial one. What are your thoughts on the Rock and Mineral Digimon of Liberators Unchained? And where to next? Stay tuned, because if the meteor didn't wipe out the dinosaurs, the Ice Age sure did. This DIGI-PANDA? Logging out.